Hello everyone, welcome to my first hair YouTube video. I'm going to show you all me doing my own sewing, which I taught myself how to do during the pandemic. And I'm doing my sewing with queenweavebeauty hair. They're light Yaki texture this is amazing. I'll talk more about it at the end. I used around 3 bundles of the 4 that I got, and I did 2 20 inches, 2 18 inches. So to begin, I'm just showing y'all how I parted my leave out. I did a really minimal leave out because obviously I don't want that much heat damage. I'm natural. And so yeah, I just twisted my leave out, flat twisted my leave out just to keep it out of the way so that I could prepare to braid my hair. And I went down that middle part and then a little bit of my edges in the front. I did not do too much hair in the front, very minimal. But enough to cover the tracks because we don't want the tracks to show. And then here's me braiding the back of my hair. I'm going to show you all my braiding pattern next, but I had to end up taking it out anyway, so I didn't record the whole braiding process. But yeah, here is my whole braiding pattern. I had little braids that go along the leave out and then meet in the back. And then I did oil my scalp a little bit just to, help it be a little less dry and help with any possible thinning. So here's me starting to thread the needle. I just got a long piece and you pull it through, and then at the very end you will tie a couple knots just to make it secure. And here's the box that the hair from queenweavebeauty came in, 100% virgin hair. And then I wanted to show you all the texture of the hair. This is not bone straight hair. This is a very natural looking straight texture and it's really pretty. So to start, I double wefted the hair, which next time I admit I will not do because this hair is really thick. But yes, I double wefted the hair and then I began sewing it on at that bottom braid that I made right at my nape area, and then I used clips to I tried to hold it in place, but they didn't really work. They weren't good clips, so it kept slipping and it wasn't really that helpful. But I'm not going to talk this whole video. I'm kind of going to let you watch this whole process because for me to describe this whole process would be kind of a lot. So yeah, I'll come back when necessary. So this was me finishing up putting the first 2 double wefted bundles on. So yes, this is what 2 20-inch bundles looks like. Very full already. And then I got around maybe a little bit above my ear, I think. And I did that in did not take long at all, like less than 2 hours I did it. And then this was in the morning that I did this. So then I went to do my long run and then I came back later and put that top bundle on, which I'm about to show you. So here's me back later in the day and I'm putting that single top bundle on. I started with just cutting a piece off of that bundle that will wrap around my head, from around my leave out all the way to the other side. And I just started doing this method, but I really noticed how much better it looks, how much more natural the hair flows in the front. since I started doing this. So if you're not, I highly recommend. So then you'll have to cut that piece off, and then once you go into the rest of the hair, you're just going to go back and forth kind of from that piece, from one side of that piece to the other side of that piece. And then you do not you do not double weft for the top of your head, because that will be bulky looking. So you do that single weft so you can have a nice natural look, nice flat top of your head. And then here I just want to show you all how I do the top of my head. So I'm sewing, so I keep sewing back and forth, you know, folding the wefts until I get onto those little, I think they're called anchor braids. That may be wrong, I don't know. But those braids that kind of surround my leave out, so that, you know, those braids make it so that your tracks aren't showing through your leave out. Because if your track underneath the leave out is too far away, then it will look crazy. So that makes it so that you're able to get a lot closer. So the last pieces that I sew on are on those braids as close to the leave out as I can get. So yes, this was a lot of hair, very thick hair, 3 bundles on my head, and I'm not used to that, and so I had to cut a little bit of layers, which I did an okay job. It was okay. Once I ended up doing the flat iron at the end to kind of bump the ends a little bit, it will look a little bit better. But yes, here's the process of me kind of layering my hair a little bit. Here is the next day. This is how it looked, you know, pretty straight. And so now I'm going to just do my leave out before I go to work. Take out these little twists. And then please ignore how much my flat iron is smoking. I think I had too much leftover product on it, but I was in a rush because I needed to get to work, so I did not care. I did not care. And it ended up looking good. So, you know what? It is what it is. So this is how well my hair blends with this hair. It blends really, really well. Like, it looks almost exactly like my hair texture straightened. So then I just decided to add like these bumps into my hair because I think it kind of looked better, especially when you have the layered look. So yeah, that's what I'm doing from about like
6 sections, I think. And then I use my wax stick just to smooth everything down, make sure it's laying flat, control those flyaways. And then at the end of the, or off camera, I did my edges too.
Okay, so all the hair is put in. This hair is around 3 bundles. 3 bundles is definitely a little thicker than this. I kind of had to thin it out a little bit because it was just too much for me. Most people would love that. That kind of starts me off with a review of the hair. This hair is really, really thick. It's really, really thick. So most people will really enjoy that. Personally, for me, it was a little bit of a shock because I'm used to very like lightweight hair, and I didn't realize I kind of couldn't put on that much. The texture is really nice. It blends with my natural hair, straightened perfectly, like almost perfectly. Like you can't even tell. You can't even tell that I have a sew-in. Like it looks like my hair. The hair texture is amazing. Hair texture, great. Hair thickness, really, really great. Yeah, and it wasn't even thin at the ends like I thought it would be. Like I thought the hair would be really thick at the root and then thin at the ends. It's pretty much thick both ways. I kind of thinned out my ends a little bit just because I want a more natural look. I go for more natural looks because I think that just looks better. But yeah, and then it probably took me around like 5 or so hours to do. I mean, it doesn't have a strong smell. It has that typical hair smell, but it was like nothing crazy. You can just tell this is just really high quality. Here's how thick it is. So like my ponytail is very thick. Ponytail is very thick. 2 bundles double wefted at the bottom, 1 bundle at the top. So like 345, I believe, for 4 bundles. So it seems like this hair holds a curl well. I kind of like bent the ends of the hair, especially where I cut layers into it. So it's shorter period. And the curls seem to be, I did them it had to be like 9 a.m. this morning. It's 4 o'clock and they're still pretty intact. So yeah, I really like this texture. This texture is really pretty, really natural. I love natural looking textures. You know, I'm kind of over bone structure. So I think this is really good for me. And then because it's cold outside too, it may be a little easier to keep my hair blended since I'm natural. I work out a lot, 35 miles a week, crazy workouts. I run track. So we're gonna see. Yeah, my biggest thing that I was just scared about with this hair was just the weight of the hair because it was just really, really thick, especially at the roots. So, you know, go for it. Get that really thick hair. I think this is amazing quality hair.